Is 5:03 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and call the regular meeting to order. We'll start with roll call, please.
Larry Barbeau.
Here.
Lana Cosley Smith. Here. Aaron Paymont.
Here.
Sean Borowitz.
Here.
Michael McCurchie.
Here.
Rod McGrory.
Here.
Bridget Sorensen. Here. Tyler LaPlante.
Here.
Kimberly Gravel. Here. Kimberly Lee.
Here.
Kimberly Hampton. Thank you. Kimberly Hampton. Isaac McKechnie.
Here.
Austin Lowe's.
I'm here. Okay, we have a quorum before I approve the agenda, I'd like to find out whether or not there are any objections to waiving the rules to adding the following resolutions tonight. And they're titled Trust Land Lease Cancellation, McLeod, Sonia, and Ross, and Trust Land Lease, McLeod, Brian, and Jennifer. In addition to that, looking to add Sioux Tribe Construction under new business. Any objections? Okay, hearing no objections, we'll tentatively add those. So on tonight's agenda, we have the following items. We have invocation, we have membership participation, we have the approval of minutes from 1/7/25, and we have the following resolutions. We have Forest Service Participating Agreement, Ishkode Project and Stewarding Native Lands Program, establish FY25 budgets. We have Tribal Victim Services Set Aside, establish FY25 budget. We have Broadband Reconnect Program, establish FY25 budget. We have Guest House, establish FY25 budget / LATCF FY25 budget modification. We have Granting Licensed Tribal Logo, Uniting Three Fires calendar. We have BIA Fish Hatchery Maintenance Program grant. We have BIA Youth Initiative grant. We have authorized membership in Native American Fish and Wildlife Society. We have ARPA Transparency Report. We have a legitimacy of 2% expenditures pursuant to Constitution. We have the two resolutions that we just added. The first one is Trust Land Lease Cancellation, McLeod, Sonia, and Ross. Second would be Trust Land Lease, McLeod, Brian, and Jennifer. And then under new business, we have enrollment amendment, we have Sioux Tribe Construction, and we have board concerns. Is there a motion to accept the agenda? Motion by Isaac and support by Larry. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries on that. So that brings us to invocation, and Aaron Paymont will be providing that tonight. Gerard is out sick.
Ani buju biwakajigandishnakas. Makwa Magizi and Dodam, Bawating and Donjaba, and Shnabe, Ojibwe, Odawa, Otawatami and Dow. Miigwich Wabanang, Miigwich Javanang, Miigwich Ngabinang, Miigwich Koidnang, Miigwich Nokmasayak, Miigwich Misho Ayak, Miigwich Aki, Miigwich Nabish, Miigwich and Dodashabo, Miigwich Gawin, the Mindaminda, Miigwich Ogichita, Miigwich Ogimak. So I just did our easy morning Anishinaabe Bamadzawin prayer in our language. And I gave thanks to each of the directions, and I also gave thanks to our Mother Earth and to our waters and to our first sustenance, which is mother's milk. So no matter what your relationship is with your mother, she brought you into this world. And also I called upon our ancestors, Gawindamindaminda, to be with us and to guide us and give us clarity on our Anishinaabe Bamadzawin, and that we follow that path in an authentic way. I also asked for prayers for strength and for wisdom for our Ogichita, that's our frontline warriors, and then also our elected leaders, our Ogimak, Miigwech.
Okay, I appreciate it, Aaron. And we're smudging the room. As soon as that is concluded, then we'll pick up where we left off, guys. Okay, I believe we're all set, so we're going to go ahead and resume where we left off. The item that we're currently on is membership participation. So if anyone has anything that they want to address with the board, now's your opportunity to do so. We give you guys this item to talk about things that, you might want the board to be aware of. There's some rules associated with it. We give 5 minutes per individual, no swearing, no attacks, anything like that. We have the discretion to go into close for like employee matters and things like that, and we usually do that. So the first one we're going to do closed. So unless you're staff, we're going to have you guys walk outside, and then we'll get through these and we'll bring you guys back in. So does anyone else have any membership concerns? Okay. Did you give her a form? Okay. So, Michelle, can you give her a membership participation form, please? Okay, go ahead, Janet.
My first one is Land Claims Fund. I'm hoping there's some way that the tribe can invest more into the fund for the elders. Because, again, we're getting more elders and we're not really resupplying any kind of funding into it. So that's my first one. My second one would be at the end of meetings. Now, I know you just go in and you can do your private issues for board concerns, but as a person that sits here at these meetings, I would just ask that you adjourn ahead of time so I can leave. Because if you're going to do something that has to pass, you have to come back into open session. So I'm just asking that as an old person.
That's
Thanks.
fair. We'll try to do better, Janet. I appreciate it. Okay, so that concludes all the membership participation for this evening. That brings us down to minutes. So I'd like to entertain a motion to approve minutes from 1/7/25. Motion by Isaac, support by Larry. Any discussion on the minutes? Okay, hearing none. All those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries. And that brings us to resolutions. And the first one is Forest Service Participating Agreement, Ishkode Project, and Stewarding Native Lands Program, establish FY25 budget.
Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians hereby approves the establishment of an FY 2025 budget for Forest Service Participating Agreement, Ishkode Project with federal USDA revenue monies of $75,125.53, no effect on tribal support. Be it further resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians hereby approves the establishment of an FY 2025 budget for stewarding native land programs with federal USDA revenue monies of $25,000, no effect on tribal support.
Okay, thank you, Kim. Motion by Isaac and support by Larry. Jackie, could you explain this resolution for everyone, please?
Ani Bujo, my name is Jackie, and I work in the Natural Resource Division as a Community Engagement Specialist. This resolution creates two FY 2025 budgets using two different pots of USFS funds to support our Ishkode project and a new initiative focused on biodiversity and carbon. As a Community Engagement Specialist, I will continue leading tribal elder, harvester, and other knowledge holder engagement in the Ishkode project under the Forest Service Participating Agreement. I will also begin working with community members and other NRD staff to co-develop methods and criteria for biodiversity and carbon assessments and stewardship aligned with Anishinaabe knowledge and priorities, and assess the potential for participation in voluntary biodiversity markets.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from the board on this resolution? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Tyler.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Lana.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Kimberly Gravel. Yes. Rob.
Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes. Bridget.
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, motion carries. Good job, Jackie.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
very much.
Next resolution is Tribal Victim Services Set Aside, establish FY25 budget.
Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians hereby approves the establishment of an FY 2025 budget for Tribal Victim Services Set Aside with federal DOJ revenue monies of $15,334.67, no effect on tribal support.
Okay, motion by Isaac, support by Larry. Jamie?
Ani Boujou, Jamie Moran, ARC Program Director. In last fall, the ARC received an allocation award from the Office of Victims of Crime TVSSA grant in the amount of $441,989. We're requesting to establish a fiscal year 25 budget to be able to replace the aging gutter system at the ARC facility.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion from the board? Isaac?
Hey, Jamie, I just want to thank you and your staff for doing a great job up there. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I appreciate the thanks.
Anyone else? Okay, hearing none, we'll vote. All those in support signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next resolution is Broadband Reconnect Program, establish FY25 budget.
Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians hereby approves the establishment of an FY 2025 budget for Broadband Rural Utilities Services Reconnect Program with federal USDA revenue monies of $12,124,604.66, no effect on tribal support.
Okay, thank you. Motion by Isaac.
Support.
Support by Tyler. Danny?
Yes, this resolution seeks authorization to establish the operational budget for the USDA Broadband 3 grant. That will be the broadband network that, when complete, will span from Sault Ste. Marie to St. Ignace. This is 100% funded by USDA RUS program.
All right, thanks, Danny. Any questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, let's roll call, please.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Kimberly Gravel. Yes. Aaron.
Yes.
Michael. Rob.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Bridget.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
And Lana.
Yes.
Carried.
Motion carries. The next resolution is Guest House, establish FY25 budget / LATCF FY25 budget modifications.
Be it resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians hereby approves the establishment of an FY 2025 budget to Demwadding Development Guest House with total budget amounts referenced in the RIS. Be it finally resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians hereby approves the FY 2025 budget modification to LATCF for the transfer of funds to Demwadding Development Guest House with total budget amounts referenced in the RIS.
Okay, motion by Isaac. Support by Larry. Danny, Helen?
Yeah, this resolution is seeking authorization to establish the operational budget for 2025 for the guest house. We signed the documents to purchase the property at the beginning of January.
I appreciate it. Any questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, roll call, please.
Isaac.
Yes.
Lana.
Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Kimberly Gravel.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Bridget.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you both. The next resolution is granting license tribal logo Uniting Three Fires calendar.
Now therefore be resolved that the Board of Directors of the Sault Ste. Marie Tribe of Chippewa Indians does hereby grant a limited, non-exclusive, worldwide, royalty-free, transferable license to Uniting Three Fires Against Violence for the tribal logo in the form set forth below for the limited purpose of printing on 1 month of the annual calendar to be used in a non-disparaging manner. Be it further resolved that this license shall expire on the date which is 10 years from the date of the passage of this resolution, understanding that either the Advocacy Resource Center or Uniting Three Fires Against Violence may request an extension of this deadline in the future if they desire.
Okay, thanks, Kim. Motion by Isaac. Is there a second? Second by Larry. Jamie?
Again, Jamie Moran, ARC Program Director. We're requesting authorization to allow Uniting Three Fires Against Violence to use the Sioux Tribe logo in their annual calendar.
Appreciate it. Any discussion from the board? Hearing none. Those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries. Thanks, Jamie. Have a good night. Next resolution is BIA Fish Hatchery Maintenance Program Grant.
Now therefore be resolved, the Sioux Tribe Board of Directors authorizes the division's application for the BIA Fish Hatchery Maintenance Program funding. Be it further resolved that the Board of Directors hereby authorizes and approves the chairman of the tribe or their designee to execute any and all documents as may be necessary and appropriate to carry out the terms, conditions, and intent of this resolution.
Motion by Isaac. Support by Larry. Jack?
Hello, I'm Jack Tumikoski, the lead fisheries biologist. This resolution would allow the fisheries program to apply for BIA fish hatchery maintenance funds. These funds are aimed to support hatcheries to remain operational and sustainable by providing maintenance funds for a variety of projects. We'd like to apply for up to $150,000 to be spent in 2026.
Okay, I appreciate it, Jack. Any discussion from the board? Questions, comments? Okay, hearing none. Roll call, please.
Michael.
Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Kimberly Gravel.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Lana.
Yes.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Bridget.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Yeah, motion carries. The next resolution is BIA Youth Initiative Grant.
Now therefore be resolved, the Sioux Tribe Board of Directors authorizes the division's application for the BIA Tribal Youth Initiative funding. Be it further resolved that the Board of Directors hereby authorizes and approves the chairman of the tribe or their designee to execute any and all documents as may be necessary and appropriate to carry out the terms, conditions, and intent of this resolution.
Motion by Isaac. Support by Larry. Jack?
This resolution would allow the fisheries program to apply for BIA Tribal Youth Initiative funds. These funds support our Boat to School program, our Sturgeon in the Classroom initiative. We'd like to apply for up to $50,000 to be spent. From this budget would go from October 25 to September 26.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Any questions or comments on this resolution from the board? Hearing none. Roll call, please.
Kimberly Gravel.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Lana.
Yes.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Bridget.
Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next resolution is authorize membership in Native American Fish and Wildlife Society.
Now therefore be resolved, the Sioux Tribe Board of Directors hereby authorizes the application and annual payment for membership in the NAFWS. Be it further resolved that the Board of Directors hereby authorizes and approves the chairman of the tribe or their designee to execute any and all documents as may be necessary and appropriate to carry out the terms, conditions, and intent of this resolution.
Okay, motion by Isaac.
Support.
Support by Larry. Brad?
Brad Sillett, lead wildlife biologist. This authorizes Sioux Tribe to join the Native American Fish and Wildlife Society, which is an organization that helps tribal natural resource programs obtain more funding, provide training opportunities to natural resource employees, and also helps coordinate natural resource programs across the country on large issues.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Brad, any questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, we'll vote. Those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you. The next resolution is ARPA Transparency Report.
Hold on just a second. Now therefore be resolved that the Tribal Board of Directors hereby directs the creation of a report to share with tribal citizens of how these funds were expended thus far and how the balance will be expended. Be it further resolved that an initial report shall be made available to all Sioux Tribe citizens upon request within 60 days, with subsequent reports made available monthly until all federal pandemic relief funds are expended. Be it finally resolved that at the minimum, the report shall contain the following: A, confirmation that all funds were formally obligated. B, total amount paid out to tribal citizens. C, allocations per projects or expenditure. D, additional facilities or services that will result. E, status of expenditures and projected end date to complete projects.
Okay, motion by Isaac and support by Tyler. Aaron, you put this on. Would you like to speak first?
Yeah, so after talking with several board members, I understand this was the intention all along, but, prior to coming back to office in July, I didn't hear that anywhere. So that's why I drafted up the resolution, because while board members have talked about it and intended to do it all along, as a tribal citizen and a voter of the tribe, I didn't know that. So that's why I'm proposing it. It should be really easy to do. I did provide a 60-day time frame to do an initial report for whatever we have to be able to make in the report at that first report, and then to allow for subsequent reports to be made. My request is to put them in a conspicuous place so people can go back and look, because otherwise we're going to have, some people are going to say, well, you published it over here, or you're hiding it over here. Let's make it very clear so people can see it. We have a lot of good to share with people about what came out as a result of this, like facilities for health centers and recreation and fitness, physical fitness. So we have a good story to tell, so I'm just suggesting that we tell that story.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Anybody else? Isaac?
Yeah, just for everybody's concern, this was the original intent of the board. I know Mike had brought it up probably years ago by now, but we wanted to wait until all the funds were allocated before we give you a full, we wanted to give you a full report, not a partial one, so I'm glad it's on the agenda.
Okay, Lana, then Mike.
Yeah, I'm fully in support of this resolution, and I appreciate that Aaron said that, it was the intent all along. We did have a long discussion about it today. And I know that we talked about putting it on our website, but I do think, just like I do with my 2% or other things, I do think that we should have a section in the paper about this when it's completed, because it is really a good story to tell. And again, the CFO had intentions to do this. I thought we had done it with the CARES Act, but in totality, it will all be in there, and it should definitely go in the tribal newspaper as well as on the website, because not everybody has access to the web. Thank you.
Okay, Mike?
Just to add to that, my hope is that when this gets presented to us too, for the public and for the membership, that it's easily digestible, that it's not a big spreadsheet or something like that, that it's something that they can easily read and easily understand where all the money went. So,
Anyone else? Okay, we'll vote. All those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries. Next resolution is legitimacy of 2% expenditures pursuant to Constitution.
Now therefore it be resolved that the Tribal Board of Directors request a written legal opinion to determine whether or not the current process of unit board members signing off on 2% request and expending tribal funds complies with the tribal constitution, and be it further resolved that until such time as a written legal opinion is stabled, that all 2% requests shall be approved by a vote of the Sioux Tribe Board of Directors.
Okay, motion by Isaac and support by Aaron? Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, Aaron. Okay, Aaron, it looks like you put this on as well. Would you like the first opportunity to speak?
Yeah, this one is, I think it's really easy. It doesn't have to be argued out or a bunch of stuff thrown in it. It took a young person, our new board member, he's relatively new still, Rob, who brought up a question about whether or not the way we are doing 2% in the short terms, with board members signing off on it, whether or not that meets the legal standard for complying with the Constitution. Upon his reflection on that, it's apparent to me that it doesn't meet the requirement because our Constitution specifies that only the Board of Directors has the authority to appropriate funds, and the Board of Directors only has the authority to act when constituted with a meeting noticed, with 5 days' notice in compliance with the Constitution, and then through a vote. The way it's being done now is through a signature where the board members sign off on it, so they don't vote. So I want to make it clear, they're not voting on anything, but they are signing off and authorizing an expenditure in violation of the Constitution. Now, I know it might come up that say, well, you're the one that brought this to the table, and it's true, I did. In 2002, when I was a board member, the 2% was being made unilaterally by one person, the chairperson of the tribe. The board members at the time had no say in the matter. And so I wanted to wrestle that away from one person making the decision, without a vote of the people, by the way, or the board. And I do support going forward that we do continue the even split on the short term. So I'm not trying to pull a Unit 1 thing over any other unit. I'm the one that came up with the idea in the first place to be even about it, and I still support that. But if it comes up that we might be doing something illegal, then it's incumbent upon us to find out whether it is illegal or not, and if it is not legal, that we change our practice. The argument that we've always been doing it this way, or we've known all along we've been doing it this way, is nonsense. Once you know better, you do better, and that's why I brought this resolution. Thank you.
All right, Lana, then Kim Hampton.
Yeah, I don't have a problem supporting the resolution. You know, it was asked today if we had any objection to asking for a legal opinion, because we passed this resolution in 2005. I was on the board then. As a matter of fact, it was 2005-41, if anybody wants to look at it. And I don't want to do anything illegal, but we would have been doing this for illegal for 2 decades. So I'm sure that legal can comment on it. And I'm prepared to, and I have no objection to getting a written opinion, but I don't want to vote yes on something stating that I'm in agreement that we may have been doing something illegal. So all this resolution does is gives the responsibility to the legal department to look into it.
So I'll read the actionable sections of the.
Well, and I want legal to answer that. Is that what we're doing, Aaron Schlaber?
Based on what you just said, Director Cosley, you would probably take issue with some of the language in the whereases.
Yes.
The first whereas states prior to 2002, the chairperson of the tribe allocated, that part's fine. The second whereas, that part's fine. The third whereas says the how we're currently doing it may not comply with the Constitution. It doesn't say you are out of compliance. It uses the word may. The first, therefore be resolved, requests a legal opinion on whether or not. The last resolved, no, you're fine.
Okay, so all we're doing is asking you for a legal opinion. We're not stating that we are violating the Constitution.
You're not admitting anything.
Okay, and in your opinion, have we been violating the Constitution?
I'm going to save that for my written legal opinion as requested by the board.
Good enough. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Kim Hampton.
Yeah, so as I stated earlier, I support this. Definitely interested in what the written legal opinion may be. If it comes back that we do need to vote for these things in, like, as an entire board, I'm okay. But like I also said, is whatever units 1, 2, 3, and 5 bring before, I will approve to vote yes, because I feel it is none of my business, and I don't need to be poking my nose into their units, telling them where to spend their 2%. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Aaron.
Request for a roll call.
Okay, roll call, please.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Kimberly Gravel.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Bridget.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Tyler. Lana.
Yes, but just for the legal review.
All right, it's unanimous, motion carries. Okay, so that brings us to the two resolutions that we added on tonight's agenda. And the first one would be trust land lease cancellation, McLeod, Sonia, and Ross.
Any objection to waiving the reading?
Any objection to the reading being waived? Okay, hearing no objection, we'll waive that, and Isaac just made a motion. Is there a second? Second. All right, second by Mike. Helen, could you explain this resolution for everyone, please?
Ani, thank you, and thank you for allowing this to be added on. We have a trust land lease with Sonia and Ross McLeod. They are looking at selling their home to another tribal family, and to do that, the lease has to be canceled so we can put it into the other person's name.
Okay, very good. Any questions or comments from the board on this? Okay, hearing none. Those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries.
Aye.
Kim, you
I
abstain?
abstain.
Okay, Kim Hampton
Yes.
abstains. All right, so we'll move on to the next resolution, which is related to this, and that's titled Trust Land Lease, McLeod, Bryant, and Jennifer.
Any objection to waiving the reading?
Any objection to the reading being waived? Okay, no objection, and we have a motion by Isaac. Is there a second? Sean? Okay, very good. Helen?
This is the second resolution, trust land lease for Brian and Jennifer McLeod. They are the ones purchasing the home on trust land and would like to be able to complete that sale.
Okay, thank you, Helen. Any questions or comments from the board? Okay, hearing none, those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining?
Abstain.
Aye. You just marked that I abstained, right?
Yep, we get you down.
Yep.
Okay, motion carries, guys. All right, so that concludes all the resolutions, so we're going to move into new business. And the first item is enrollment amendment.
I have a motion to direct CFO to give any enrollment staff who didn't get moved to a new min wage scale that was above their current pay and only received a 3% wage increase, a $2,000 bonus.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kim Gravel. Any discussion on this, guys? Aaron?
So I know not everybody approved it last time, but assuming everybody that supported it before supports it now, it doesn't really do anything different, but the way that we made the motion wasn't correct. So we're just correcting it.
Anyone else? Okay, those in support signify by saying aye.
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 Those opposed?
Aye.
Unopposed, Bridget.
And Kim Hampton.
And Lana.
Hang on. Isaac is a no, Lana's a no, Kim Hampton's a no, and Bridget.
Would you guys prefer to roll call this?
Think she got it.
I think I
You got it all? Okay.
Okay.
4 no's.
Any abstentions, guys?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, motion carries. That brings us to the next item under new business, and that is Sioux Tribe Construction.
So I make a motion.
Aaron, microphone.
So I make a motion that the Sioux Tribe Construction prevailing wage team members also receive, we're going to get this wrong, I'm sorry, it's approves the retention incentive of $1,000 per Sioux Tribe Construction prevailing wage team member. And this will net and includes all applicable payroll taxes and other payroll withholdings.
Okay, is there a motion?
He made the motion.
You made the motion. Who seconded it? Okay, so we have a motion and second on this. Okay. Any board discussion? Start with Lana.
Yeah, obviously, I didn't support the one for the enrollment department, not saying that they didn't do a good job, because they do a fabulous job, but this one is different. And can you explain the difference on why it's being brought forward? I don't know who brought it forward today. Was it Bob?
So I made the motion, I can explain it.
If you could explain it.
Well, who brought it to the table today?
So
Was
what's
it
in order is I made the motion, and I'll explain it.
Go ahead.
I would like to hear from Bob.
You can,
'cause
but
he's
I'm-
over
you're out of
construction.
order. Right now.
Lana,
You're
I'll
out of
call on
order.
Bob as soon as he's done. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Austin.
So, and I do appreciate you indicating you'll support it, is the board approved this exact same thing for the prevailing wage earners in Sioux Tribe housing, and inadvertently left out Sioux Tribe construction. So they're both under the prevailing wage code, and it was a mistake that they were left out. So actually, everybody who voted for the previous one should vote for this one. But it's just to give parity to the Sioux Tribe construction workers who were accidentally left out. Bob?
Okay, Bob?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's correct. We by mistake left them off the wage compensation study. And this is just to correct that. There's 6 individuals down there who are considered prevailing wage, and I wanted to make sure they were at least acknowledged the same way that we acknowledge the prevailing wage people down with Sioux Tribe Housing.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Any further discussion from the board?
Yeah, I still had the floor. I had asked Bob. I just thought it was important for members to know that a staff person had brought this forward for that condition on why he was bringing forward that, because they were inadvertently left out of any kind of wage structure. Thank you.
Kim Lee?
That answered it, thanks.
Okay, then we'll vote. Those in,
For a roll call vote, please.
okay, roll call, please.
Kimberly Gravel.
Yes.
Aaron.
Yes.
Sean.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yes.
Lana.
Yes.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Michael.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Bridget. Yes. Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Carried.
Okay, motion carries. So the last item that we have on for tonight is board concerns. If anyone has any, I'd ask that they stay concise and productive with their time because we have a gaming authority meeting after this. Does anyone have a board concern?
Here's Aaron's. And
I do.
Okay, go ahead, Lana.
Yeah, and Lana, I know that you're busy, but I did send my board concerns my board concern in writing. I'm going to do this as quick as I can. In the last few years, we have had members in the Newberry area able to do physical fitness at the Newberry Joy Hospital. For the last couple of years, it's been under construction and they haven't been able to go in there. It's not really inviting, so we didn't have a lot of activity there for the health and wellness of people in the Newberry area. It's been quite some time that I've been advocating for that resource or that service to be implemented at Uper Fitness in Newberry for the membership up there. I've had, the elder group has talked about it. The Newberry Health Clinic has talked about it. The staff there have reached out to both Kim and I on numerous occasions that tribal members are asking about that. What my ask is today, and James has been working on it as well. He did just let us know today that they're offering free membership at Uper Fitness in Curtis. And that's about 20 to 25 miles one way from Newberry. What my ask is that we get an estimate on how much it would cost to cover that services in the Newberry area at Uper Fitness. So that we can request a budget mod for out of third-party revenue in order to implement that service, just mirror what's happening up in Manistee, because that's a good service up there too. So that's my ask. I did do an email. I included legal to help with the resolution. I included James to give us an estimate from Community Health to see, I don't know what Manistee has in their budget for it, but that's on my board concerns. So I wanted to open that up so that the board would know, and also ask for that information so I can bring a budget mod forward, and then we can workshop it at that time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lana. Aaron?
All right, so the two issues that I had, well, first of all, I just saw some breaking news. Executive orders have been issued that is dismantling the Affordable Care Act, What I don't know yet is how that impacts third-party revenue. And I've been saying this for several months, and some people have poo-pooed it away like it's not going to happen. But, so we'll have to research that to see what impact, if we could get Sanoski to do that analysis for us, because that has an immediate financial impact on our tribe, a $30 million impact on our tribe. The two issues I brought forward was, so I understand, and I want to give grace, because I understand the board does intend to meet again on the constitutional amendments, but given we already have a clear majority of 7 who have said that they support a 3-branch separation of powers, thank you, by the way, I'm requesting to know the next date that we will meet, and I know that we did pick that date already, so I'm not grandstanding. I want to give grace to the board because they do plan to meet again. I don't know if we can announce it tonight or if we still have to schedule it, but I'm also requesting a regular session that we can meet either biweekly or monthly, because I know that once we give the date, people are going to complain that we didn't give them enough notice. But just let's put all of it out ahead of time so that people know that we're not trying to hide the ball, that we do intend to move forward. 7 board members have already said they support a 3-branch separation, and many other board members have said that they support a separation, either a 2 or 3, so I'm not ruling them out either, so.
Yeah, and for the members' information, we're going to be having our next workshop on this topic next Wednesday at 4 p.m., so you're all invited to attend.
And it's intended to be 4 o'clock, but it'll go after, so working class people can attend.
4 until 7 is what we're estimating, so.
Good intent, good intent. The other issue was I'm requesting that the board release the results of any investigations where any board member was arguably committed any violation of the tribal criminal code, including any board member who has allegedly used a tribal credit card for personal use, not previously budgeted and not authorized in any known program or service of the tribe. I'm not singling anybody out, but we have spent about $250,000 in investigations over maybe the last 6 years. That's $250,000, and that's our money, the people's money, so that should come to fruition. And all I'm asking for is if any of it resulted in any crimes, that's whereby anybody should be charged. So, thank you.
Okay, I don't have any more board concerns, so without objection, we will adjourn the meeting. All right, meeting adjourned. Let's take a 10-minute break, and then we will jump into the Gaming Authority meeting. So 10-minute break, we'll start at 6:05. ahead and get started then. I am going to call the Gaming Authority meeting to order. We'll start with roll call, please.
Kimberly Hampton. Kimberly Hampton? Oh, crap. You might want to do that again. I had it muted. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. So I'm officially calling the Gaming Authority meeting to order. We'll start with roll call, please.
Kimberly Hampton? Here. Oh. Larry Barbeau.
Here.
Aaron Paymont.
Here.
Michael McCurchy. Here. Rob McGrory. Here. Lana Cosley Smith. Here. Isaac McKechnie.
Here.
Kimberly Lee.
Here.
Bridget Sorensen.
Here.
Sean Borowitz. Somewhere. Kimberly Gravel. Here. Tyler LaPlante.
Here.
Austin Lowe's.
I'm here. Okay, we have a quorum. On today's agenda, we have two items. We have the approval of minutes from 12/17 of '24 and from 1/10 of '25, and we also have resolution of waiver of sovereign immunity to obtain liquor license. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Isaac, support by Larry. Any discussion on the agenda items? Okay, hearing no discussion, we'll vote on that. All those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries. It's not necessary because it's compensation study related. All right, so that brings us to the first item, which are the approval of minutes from 12/17/24 and minutes from 1/10 of '25. Motion by Isaac.
Support.
Support by Larry. Any discussion on the minutes? Okay, hearing none. Those in support signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those abstaining? Motion carries, and that brings us to a resolution, which is waiver of sovereign immunity to obtain liquor license.
Any objection to waiving the reading?
Any objection, guys? All right, hearing no objection, and Isaac made the motion. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Larry. Alan, could you cover this for us, please?
Okay, this is a waiver of sovereign immunity for Black Rock to obtain their liquor license for the Sioux property where Black Rock Restaurant, the Black Rock Restaurant will be held within.
Okay, I appreciate that. Legal, do you guys have any concern on this? No concern? No concern. Board discussion, anyone? Okay, roll call, please.
Isaac McKechnie.
Yes.
Lana Cosley Smith.
Yes. Yes.
Kimberly Lee.
Yes.
Sean. Aaron.
Abstain.
Michael.
Yes.
Kimberly Hampton.
Yes.
Tyler.
Yes.
Bridget.
No.
Kimberly Gravel.
Yes.
Larry.
Yes.
Rob.
Yes.
Carried.
Motion carries. That concludes all the items that we have for the Gaming Authority meeting, so without objection, meeting adjourned. Hearing no objection, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.